why the idea of state citizenship cannot also be exclusionary?
Well, okay. And now this is in the case of once you step inside the state, you are a citizen of the state, whether or not you're a citizen of the national government. Okay? You're given all the privileges and immunities of someone who's under the state citizenship. That's okay, not correct. This is also a little bit.
Okay, but they can exclude people from entering their state in the first place, which is what your 1NC dissent is about.
No, 1NC dissent is not about the idea of like putting people at the port. That's just a mischaracterization of our Bosniak evidence. Our Bosniak evidence.
Okay, well, given that is true, why can it not also be exclusionary?
No, because it's like, you're right, that when a state puts troops on the borders, that it creates a form of exclusion. That's not what our argument is. Our argument is that when you say...
Why is that not also a form of exclusion?
Like, you're right, there is a rule in which the federal government and the state governments can put people on the board to be like, don't come into our state. That's not our argument. That doesn't even matter for the dissent, because the dissent is that when you frame rights in terms of citizenship, it allows the states are much more expansive to you, because within every state constitution, there's a clause that says that everybody can...
That's a solid argument that count plan. That's not like dissent to the plan.
The disadvantage of the plan? Okay, so then our Bosniak evidence indicates that when you conceptualize the idea of rights, rights through citizenship, it excludes non-residents because it assumes that the 14th Amendment privileges and immunities clause is only entitled to... We
read evidence at the bottom of the dissent that indicates that VAWA made provisions for non-citizens, and your answer was the counterplan captures this too. It seems to me like the idea of the legislation was an expansive view of citizenship.
Well, I mean, so that might mean that the VAWA doesn't lean towards a form of exclusion. However, the idea of national citizenship will still create us and others, which is your internal link to a lot of your things, such as particular evidence.
How? If that's the process through which we define citizenship equality, how is that exclusion?
Well, think about it like this, because we say state citizenship good and national citizenship leads to others. It's just an external reason why it would lead to.
I guess I'm just confused. Obviously, there's not uniqueness to your dissent because of the inherent contention that indicates citizenship is a tool of exclusion now. So why should we get to have some control on the way that we frame citizenship?
Well, I mean, you can frame citizenship, but our Bosniak evidence indicates that the idea of universality of citizenship is a contradictory nature. It's going to be like, well, everybody should have citizenship, but it's only for these people. The idea of citizenship is an inherently limiting term. Our Bosniak evidence that we read like 6 cards on in the show and see. I don't know if it's, yeah, here you go.
Okay, but the idea of state citizenship is also limited for the same
reasons.
No, it's not limited to the jurisdiction of the state.
It's because it's not limited for the same reasons, because the states themselves have the ability
to... the reason why citizenship is inherently limited is because it's limited by the borders of the country, which is the same way
it's not about the borders of the country. It's how we conceptualize the idea of citizenship being limited based on the rights. That you need to be a citizen, you need to be a member of the
same, in the way that the counterplan is, it's the same rights claim.
No, it's not the same rights claim, because we say that if you stand in this ground, then you are entitled to these rights, whereas your plan says you need to be a member of the club to get these rights.
Okay, so it's not the usage of rights, it's just its jurisdiction.
Well, it's jurisdiction, yeah.